Welcome back to the special edition of Hannity. Trump versus the American left. Now, the FBI director and several top national security officials have all warned that ISIS does pose a growing risk to America's security and that the terror group is trying to infiltrate the refugee population coming to this country. In response, Donald Trump has proposed a temporary ban on foreign Muslims who cannot be properly vetted from entering the country. Now, Trump is also not afraid to label our enemies for who they really are. Let's take a look.
We have to be vigilant. There is a Islamic terrorism problem that, our president doesn't even want to talk about. All you have to do is take a look at the World Trade Center, take a look at San Bernardino or Paris, what a disaster that was. Again, it's temporary, and ultimately it's my aim to have it lifted. Now, right now there is no ban, but I would like to see, there has to be an idea, there has to be something, because there are some pretty bad things going on, and I have Muslim friends, great Muslim friends, who are telling me, you are so right, there's something going on that we have to get to the bottom of it.
Now, meanwhile, the Democrats, they just refuse to even utter the words radical Islam. Watch this.
Do you agree with that characterization, radical Islam?
I don't think we're at war with Islam. I don't think we're at war with all Muslims.
Radical Islam, is that a phrase you don't?
I think that you can talk about Islamists who clearly are also jihadists.
Very quickly, do either of you radical Islam? Do either of you use that phrase?
I don't think the term is what's important.
Our enemies respect no religious freedom. Al-Qaeda's cause is not Islam.
Here was reaction from the Islamic House of Wisdom, Imam Muhammad Ali Elahi, Act for America founder Brigitte Gabriel, and Fox News national security analyst KT McFarland. Imam, is there such a thing as radical Islamic terrorism, sir?
I just heard what Donald Trump said. Too much talk these days.
I didn't ask you that question.
Listen, my question is that when I hear Mr. Trump, I wonder who is the role model of Trump. Is it Jesus or Jefferson? Is it Bible or the Bible of the country?
Imam,
because
Imam, I'm not going to let you filibuster. I asked you a question. Simple. Is there such a thing as radical Islamic terrorism? Yes or no?
Radicalism is wrong, whether Islamic, Christianity,
radical Islamic
Judaism,
terrorism. Does it exist?
Any time,
do
any
people
place.
kill in the name of Allah?
When the victims of radicalism and terrorism are Muslim, like yesterday, 90 Muslims were bombed and buried in Baghdad. I didn't hear any voice of justice, any voice of sympathy, any solidarity for the people who were murdered in Baghdad yesterday.
Islam is
wrong.
radical.
Where is humanity?
We are dealing with radical Islam.
This Imam can't even admit. He can't even say. Neither can Clinton. Neither can Bernie. Neither can Obama. Why?
I understand why the Imam isn't going to admit it, but what bothers me is the American left refuses to admit it. They have a catechism that America has not been a force for good in the world, and they have a political correctness that they're not going to ever call anybody out because, after all, we don't want to offend anybody. As a result of that, if you talk about American patriotism, there's something wrong with you. If their idea is that the United States pollutes the planet, we have inequality of wealth, we're evil, we start wars, if somehow the United States leads from behind, takes a couple of steps back, the rest of the world comes forward in this kind of kumbaya, happy global community. What's happened, though? We've seen what's happened when we step behind. China rising, trying to grab the South China Sea, Russia doing the same thing, Iran doing the same thing, and radical Islam exploding.
It seems to be the modern evil in our time. Imam, I'll give you one more chance. Is there such a thing as radical Islam? Yes or no?
They are not Muslims. They are not Islamic. They are enemies of Islam.
When they kill in the name of Allah? And they say Allahu Akbar?
Look at 90 people were
and they're promised 72 virgins in heaven?
They were Muslims. The victims are Muslims.
Allahu Akbar. What does Allahu Akbar mean?
I don't care. They do it in the name of Jesus. They do it in the name of Moses. But they are the same criminals. Doesn't matter. Look at the radicals in West Bank.
What's the name of that group? Can you name that group?
What about those who burned the babies in West Bank? They do it in the name of Judaism.
Thank you all for being with us. Coming up.